Hey guys, welcome to A Royal Budgets, where I'm striving to be financially free one day at a time. I hope you guys are doing good this evening. My name's April, and it is time to unstuff my 100 envelope challenge. I'm kind of excited about doing this. So, how I saved it up this time, I multiplied the face. I multiplied the amount on the sleeve and round it up to the nearest five. If it was zero, if it turned out to be zero, I just put $5 in it. And so that's kind of what I did. So I know it's not $5,000. I'm not exactly sure what it is, because this is the first time I've ever done it, multiplying it that way. So we are going to unstuff this and see what it is. And in my last video, I said, I asked people to take a guess what it is, and whoever's the closest without going over, and then I'm going to random select them. I'll send them a gift card. Okay. All right. So right now we're just going to unstuff this, and I probably should get my, hold on, let me move that, get my little money tray out here. Hopefully this won't take us too long. Again, I have no idea how much this is. But it was pretty quick to do. It only took me a few months to do it. I think I started it, I had to start it in September. It could have been October, but it didn't take long at all because of how I did it. So I like this concept. It allows me to, get a quick win, and you know what? I'll put it in the money tray in a minute. I'm just going to get them out of here. It allows me to give a quick, get a quick win, save some. It may not be as much as the 5,000, but it's still a nice savings. Now, when I initially started this, I actually was saving the face value. So there's a couple in here that actually do have the face value, like I think 99 and 100. I put $100 in there, and I think 50 has. I put a 50 in there, and then I came up with the idea of let me just multiply them so I can get through it, because I knew I wouldn't get through it if I didn't do it that way. I wouldn't get through it before the year ends by doing it that way. And again, for me, my year begins in December. I just like to start in December because I feel like it gives me a head start on the year. I've already planned out my goals and things of that nature, and it also helps to keep my spending in check. Well, actually, what helps to keep my spending in check for Christmas is that I budget certain dollar amount for Christmas, and I try to stick to that. Alrighty. I hope you guys are doing well. How's everything going in your life? Are you guys excited about the fall, the Christmas coming up? I mean, I can't believe Thanksgiving is just around the corner. Man, this is crazy how this year's gone by. You know what? But it's okay. It hasn't been a bad year. It's been a pretty good year. So, I mean, no matter what's been going on in the world, it's been an okay year. I mean, it's not the best in terms of how everything's going on, but as long as you got your health, your family, you'll be okay. Hopefully. So, this too shall pass, as we say. This too shall pass. But that's enough of that. I'm excited to see how much we got. I've been doing cash stuffing now, I think, what is it, 2 years? I think I started in 2023 or the latter part of 2022. I got to go look at my channel and see when I started. I'm not doing it as much as I used to in terms of I did more shorts, and I really that's one of my goals for 2026 is to do more shorts because, but it's hard to just do a short when you're doing, well, actually what I need to do if I'm going to do a short is just do one of my savings challenges in a short. And I may do my 10K like that, or one of the ones that's continual. I don't know. We'll see. But I do need to do more shorts for them. I don't like my videos to be too long because I don't want to tie up your whole day, I know you guys got things to do, more important things to do than this. And I do appreciate you for stopping by. It helps me to stay accountable. It keeps me on track. That's kind of why I keep doing it, because it's not so much for the money, because you don't, YouTube doesn't give you a lot of money. I don't even think, I think could be monetized. I just never really sent all the stuff in because it really wasn't about that for me. It's just, it's just a way for me to stay accountable with my goals and stay on point with things. So that's why I kind of do it. And it helps me. The amount of money that I saved up and the things that I cleared up with this has been amazing. It kind of opened up my eyes for me. And when I'm spending cash, I find I'm a little bit more mindful than when I'm swiping that card. Now, don't get me wrong. I've swiped my card and charged up a few things, and now I've got to pay the piper and get them down. But that's okay too. But this cash saving, budgeting helps. I've always budgeted, but this one is just the cash budgeting. I'm a little more mindful of everything I spend. Before, I used to be mindful of the big things, car, housing expenses, cars, and stuff of that nature, and save for trips. But makes it more mindful each pay period. And even my blow money, it's like, okay, let me allocate so much money for that. So then I don't feel like I'm taking it from another source. It's just I've got it allocated where it should go. And that kind of helps. I mean, you have to deviate from that every now and then. And it's okay, but at least it's not an occurrence all the time. It's just every so often you may have to tweak your budget or make a change or adjust, because life happens. I am almost done. I can't believe I saved up this much so quickly. I gotta go. Like I said, I'll go back and look and see when I saved it, and see if you notice. Oh no, that wasn't. These weren't rounded up. These were multipliers. These last two were actually face values, and I may do that again. Make the big ones that, depending on how much I save up. I think I got everything. That is it. I'll clean that off later. That is all right. So I don't know. I think it should at least be a couple of thousand. I could be wrong though. I have no idea how much this is. If it's at least 2,000, I'll be happy. That would make me really happy if it's at least 2,000. And if it's not, I'll still be happy. But I'd be really happy if it was at least that. As you guys can probably tell, I'm in my pajamas because it's late and I've been meaning to get this done. And I'm like, you know what, April, you're in your pajamas, you're comfortable. Just go ahead and get it done. So you can get it added to the completed binder. And then from there, you can get it to the bank. And make one big payment before the end of the year. And finish out a credit card. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this, because I do have one card I'm almost done with. It was like 16,000. I think I've got it down to a couple thousand now, and this will pay it completely off. So I'm excited about that. So how are you guys doing this? Are some of you longtime budgeters, or just like watching it, or what do you guys do? And I like using the cash because it keeps me on point. I'm more mindful. Honestly, I truly am more mindful when I'm using cash than when I'm using my card. It doesn't take much thought to use that card. I mean, I can swipe, but it's something, with the best of them. But when you have to physically use the money, it just hits differently. I can't tell you why. It's just, I guess maybe it's just the idea of letting it go and you're more mindful. At least for me, I don't know. That could be it, but I do know I'm more mindful when it's cash in my hands. And it also helps me to see, okay, my envelope is empty. So at this point, it's almost a gentle reminder to stop spending at that point. It's like whatever you allotted for that category, when that envelope is empty, you know you're done. And then you're like, okay, well, that's all I allocated this week, unless it's something you really have to have or have to do. But for the most part, that's a reminder to stop spending at that point. And I kind of like that. All right, maybe I should have just laid these out this way. Trying to figure out the best way. I don't know. I never know the best way to unstuff this stuff. You know? Put the 10s there. I still can put the 5s there. Let me move that there. I'll put 20s here. 5s. 50s. I don't know. I don't know. I think I could have 2,000. I see a bunch of 20s. And a couple 50s. And I ended up at the last minute. I did put some 5s and some 1s in here, which that's okay. That's 5. It's 5s and those are 10s. How about we do it that way? It's 20s. 5s, 20s. What other ways have you guys tried doing the 100 envelope challenge? I've seen somebody add the face value. That's a quick way too. And that one, if you're depending on your income and what you can afford to save, that'll allow you to get through it quickly and not put as much, but you're still saving. That's the whole point of it. You know, however you save, you're saving, and that's a win. I don't care how you look at it, as long as you can save something more than before or meet some of your goals. That's fine. You know. Not all of us have real big budgets, you know. Whatever your budget is, you just save. My grandmother, I thought my grandmother was rich, and my grandmother only made $15,000 a year as a nursing assistant. But when I tell you she had really good credit, she had retirement money, she had everything she needed. I mean, you know, and I was like, how did she do that on that? But she was very frugal with her money. And the one thing she always said, and I didn't start as early as her, I should have, but she said, pay yourself before you pay anybody. And that meant make sure you invest in your long-term savings, whether it's your 401k, whether it's your investments, whether it's the savings, however you want to do a high yield savings. She said, whatever you do before you pay anyone else, you pay you first. And that I've always remembered from her. Not that I always did it, but I understand it, because in the end, you've got to make sure you're good. And by putting yourself as a priority, your savings as a priority for you and your family, that's what's needed, you know? Even if it's just $10, $20 a pay period, whatever you can save for yourself is a win. At least I think so. But yeah. And on some things, I wish I'd have started earlier, but you know, I'm just like everybody else. We were just living life, you know, doing what we have to do. If we had children, just trying to make ends meet sometimes, and that's okay. All right, we're making progress. I don't know. I think I'm at least gonna be at 2,000. If it's 2,000, I will definitely do this again. If it's more than that, I will be really surprised. I mean, it could be, but I'd be grateful, but I'd be really surprised. But I will say, when I do it again, I will make sure, even going forward, that the 199 sleeve, I'll always put $100 in those. I'll at least do that. And I may add a few more with 100, but at least those two. Or maybe the first, the 4, the highest 4. I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited to see what some of your guests may be too. All right, so I'm going to put these over here. All righty. quite a bit of fives in here too. This was nice. This was a nice challenge though. It was a quick win and a decent amount saved up. And it didn't feel as hard or challenging as the 5K. The 5K can be kind of hard because you really got to focus on it to get it done. And the 10K was even harder, but I definitely got that done. But this time when I do the 10K, I know it's going to take me a lot longer, you know. I had some extra money that was coming from the casino, but I don't really go to the casino that much anymore because it just seems like the games are not as exciting. You don't get in the bonus that often, and you know, I'm not just there to give up all of my money. So it's like, nah, it doesn't entice me as much as it used to. So I'll go every so often. But I do like my free cruise. All right, so that is everything, guys. All righty, that is it. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's start with the biggies. All right, so we've got 200. Okay, let's go to the 50s. All right, we got 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 50. 650. Okay. All right, let's get to these 20s. Is this all 20s? All right. This may be quite a bit. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 85. All right, so that's 500 right there. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20. Okay, so this is 920. 920. Okay, we're looking pretty good. That's 920. Let's get to the 10s. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 380. Okay. All right, so at least I made it to 2,000 so far. All right. All right, these fives. All right, we got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, let me put this up across that way. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. Okay, that's 200. Cross that. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 300. All right. 315. 315. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. All right. Drum roll, please. Let me put this up here. We have saved, let's just stick that in here, $2,475. Okay, that's pretty good. So by multiplying, we almost got halfway there. Now, mind you, there was about 3 envelopes where I put in the face value. So that, you know, got me a little closer. But I still like the concept of it. So that's pretty cool. So I've saved $2,475. So this money goes into the completed binder. And probably after I finish the roll and save, or maybe before it, I may take this out and take it to the bank. Probably before it, I'll probably take it to the bank. All right, so let's go to the back. And if you guys notice, I cleaned this off so it would look much better than it was. This is the fine tip. And this was the 100 envelope challenge. And we saved $2,475. That is all right. That is all right. I'm feeling this. So I'm excited about this, guys. This is more than enough to pay off that credit card, and that is one off the books. I think it originally had about 16 on it, and I was really between adding more to it each pay period and putting a huge amount on it. It is now gone, and I think it was up to 16. So no, this one, yeah, it was up to 16. But it was gone, and now all I have is I got one other big one. I got two other big ones, but I got one. I'm about to target that one for Christmas, and then I'm good to go. Trying to get some of that off of me. Those are 10s, and these are 5s. And put all my 5s in here. Okay. And then put these back in here. And that is it, guys. We have completed the 100 envelope challenge. And I will take a look and check out you guys what your guess was. And then I will do a little quick video saying who won. Alrighty. So I am good to go. This is done. I may wait and see if I complete the roll and save, or I may take this to the bank. I may add this up and just take it to the bank. I'm not sure. I'll figure that out soon. But thank you guys for stopping by, and I'm glad we completed it. Alrighty. I will talk to you guys later, and have a great evening. I'm going to go get me some sleep now. Alrighty. Bye-bye.